Wow. That was up front.
I'm sorry.
That was
responding.
front and center. And I like it.
I could podcast all night, you guys.
I like your moxie.
Yes.
So I've been taking this acting class.
Okay.
Right? I'm enrolled in a Meisner class. Meisner. For more on Meisner, just keep listening, because I believe in this episode is when we talk more about there's a scene in the web show where they do Meisner, and we go into Meisner a little bit more detail. You and I studied Meisner
yes,
together.
that's how we met.
That's how we met.
We met at a Meisner
class.
No, not.
Yeah, it was Meisner class.
But we first met at a
No, it was a practice session where we were just doing reps.
Practice session, yes.
But it's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
It's been about 3 years since I've been in a Meisner class. And so I've been taking this class for about a month now. There's this fucking guy in my class who is so good. Like, I don't know how we're in the same class. Like, I realize this class is a class where, like, people who've taken Meisner before can sign up for it, and there's a variety of experience levels. But, like, I feel like I'm watching, like, I feel like somebody took my TV and put it in the classroom and then removed the screen that separates me and the television. And now there's just like a human being acting in front of me. And I just like, I'm like, I can't follow that. Like, he's such a genuinely nice person, and he's so compelling.
Nice.
And I'm just like, bro, I am sorry that you have to come down to my level every time I get up on stage with you.
Okay. So
I'm sorry to bring you down to this level that I am currently at in
you're
my
good. I always love doing reps with you.
You're so sweet. Being in this Meisner class has been getting on an extremely rusty bike with no seat. I'm glad that I'm there. But there are days where I'm like, somebody should stop me. Like, somebody should stop me right now before I do any more damage. So where I'm at is, like, so there's this guy in my class. He's so fucking good, right? And other people in the class are great. Like, I don't want to say, like, there's this one person who's great. Like, people are coming. The interesting thing about this class is that because it's monthly, people are coming in and out. And there are people coming from other classes that are popping in, kind of like the practice session, where they're coming in for a night to, like, do reps here, and then they go off somewhere else where they take class regularly. And so there's, like, always a variety of people in there, and they're great. They're all great. Except for me. I'm stinking up the place. It's like somebody's setting off a rotten egg bomb every time I go in there. I'm like a drowning person, just like trying to come up for air. Anyway, so I was starting to feel like, like, what am I doing in this class? Like, I shouldn't be in here. Like, everyone is, like, clearly at a different place than I am. And I'm talking to my husband about it. Chris Kemper, if you guys have heard me talk about it. Well, I don't know why I used his first and last name. So you can find him on social media. Please don't. He doesn't hardly spend any time on there anyways. Anyway, my husband is like, he's like, what are you upset about? He's like, you should be thrilled to be the worst person in the class, because my husband doesn't sugarcoat things.
No, he doesn't.
He's like, you should be thrilled to be the worst person in the class, because that means you have an opportunity to grow. Exactly. And now you're in there with all these people that are doing great, and you have the opportunity to challenge yourself, and you're in a place where you're uncomfortable and can be learning more.
That's what you should be in a class. Uncomfortable.
Right. Uncomfortable in the right ways, of course.
Yes.
And so he's like, thank God you're not wasting our money on a class where you're, like, the best person in the class. So I am trying at this point to feel gratitude for the journey that I am on. However far behind I may be walking on a path than others are currently walking ahead of me.
Okay, you keep saying you're not I've seen you act like there. I don't understand.
You have not seen me next to this fucking guy in my class.
So I have a question. Is he cute?
I think he's attractive. Yeah.
Sorry, this is
the important question.
This is the important question. Keep going.
Sarah's boy crazy is what if you remember from the last episode. Still boy crazy. Still boy crazy. He's a nice looking dude. I mean that. Like, I don't know. It feels creepy to say, because the guy, like, I'm trying, you know, like, you know, it seems like creepy.
Yeah. No.
For me to, I mean, he's a nice
It was
a it's not creepy for you to ask the question.
Is it?
I feel creepy passing a judgment on, like, because, you know, like when you're in a Meisner class, you become like this like organism together, and it's like you asking me if like my right arm is more attractive than my left arm. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm part of this organism now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but is your right arm attractive?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, see, now you've got me.
I'm
all
so sorry.
Discombobulated.
Like you think that you're not good.
No, that wasn't my point. My point was I am trying to appreciate an opportunity to rise up to meet other people around me who are doing really great work.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I'm really good at thinking about how bad I am.
Yeah, you're really good at that.
And the whole point of Meisner is to not think about whether you're good or bad.
Yes.
And so I'm really struggling with that right now and just trying to like stay in the moment, and it's really hard.
Want
but
me
I'm
to
trying.
Slap you around a bit?
So you're just going to show up to class and you're going to slap me every day before class starts?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. If you want to.
We should do reps sometime.
I would love to.
I miss reps.
I love doing it. It feels great. Except for when I'm being shitty.
Well, the only problem is like we're so close that like near the end of our time there, like each time we did reps, it devolved into this like
giggle fest,
codependent.
It does happen. That happens in my class too. You can tell when people have been doing reps together a long time, and they just get up there and it's a love fest. But no, I think that's the good thing, is that there's constantly new energy coming in and out. So like there are days where like people come in. There's like a whole class full of people that most of them I don't even know who they are. And so it's good because you're getting new energy.
That's so scary to do reps with someone you don't know. Like I remember that the first time.
I feel like it's good for me, but it definitely like throws me off because I did reps so long with many people that I knew so well that it started to feel like really comfortable. And I think I just need to not be a baby. I need to stop being a baby and just do something that's hard and challenging for once.
No, and like reps, like it's like you're engaging in like this intimate thing with someone. Like
it is very intimate.
It's intimate. Yeah,
it is very intimate because you're asking someone to get up there and look into your eyes and see what's going on in you emotionally. Yeah. And as you know, I don't like to feel feelings, which is like the thing that I'm really fighting against. Mm-hmm. I'm really good at feeling anger as an actor. I feel, or as a human, I'm really good. Like anger is like really accessible to me. And I like making people laugh. Like I like making jokes. And you can't do that when you're doing reps. You got to just shed that and just try to be a human being. And it's really hard for me to be a human being without jokes to cover it up and to be vulnerable and not just like immediately like let anger take over.
Yeah.
Well, not always. Like, it's not like people get up there and they make me angry. Although I will say every now and then, it's weird. Like, this is the weird thing about doing Meisner repetitions is that somebody will get up there to do the exercise with you. And some people's energy is just like, immediately your body is like, I don't like you. And I don't know why. Like, we can be sitting in the chairs before class, chatting perfectly naturally together, about normal things like nice people, and you never hold on to the feelings. Like yes, you have to come down a little bit after you do the repetition exercise. But like, I don't ever like walk out of class going like, fuck that guy or fuck that girl. You know, like I don't feel that. But sometimes you get up there and you're looking at this person and they're looking at you and you're like, I want to punch you in the face.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, anger is really easy for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I'm
got
the
a lot
opposite.
of anger inside.
Like, that's easier for you, and the vulnerable sadness is more hard for you. Whereas I'm the opposite, where like anger is super hard for me. To access.
Yeah.
But sadness is pretty easy.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that. That's what part of my journey that I'm on right now.
I would love to be a fly on the wall.
I think there's some really incredible work being done. One of the things I love about the Meisner repetitions is like sometimes I feel like the things that I see in a Meisner class are like more compelling than anything I've ever seen like in a a scripted environment. It's just like sometimes real shit happens.
Yeah.
But it's all fake. Like it's real, but it's not. Like it's not like, again, I don't leave class going like holding on to some like anger about some person in the class. Like it's just the work. That you're doing the work on stage, you leave stage and like the work stays on the stage. Anyway.
Unless you make out with someone and then it like
I've never nobody's like
that's good.
I've only taken classes at 2 places, but like nobody has ever kissed me or like tried to touch me in a way that made me uncomfortable during reps. Like I did do reps with somebody, not at this place that I'm at now, but at another place where someone got upset and threw a chair, and it was very scary. You're not supposed to throw stuff. I don't think.
You're not supposed to hurt things or kiss people or
break stuff. But I did, and I think that if I recall as when that happened, like after that particular exercise, the teacher was like, "So you can't throw chairs." You were in that class, right?
Yes.
That was terrifying. I was like, I'm gonna die. That person's just threw a chair like right next to me. But yeah, nobody's ever like touched me. I mean, people like hold hands or hug or something, but it's always like mutually consenting. I've never had anyone like, and if someone comes towards you to touch you and you don't want to be touched, you just have to back away, and they will usually
get the hint.
Or if they're not, they need to work on their fucking ability to read the room. The fucking ability to read the room. So what are you watching?
I'm at a loss. I'm sorry.
You haven't been watching anything?
I don't think so. I think I've had stuff to do.
Have you been reading or like what's going on?
Well, I think I've been okay. So this is kind of embarrassing, but
don't be embarrassed.
I've been going on HBO.
Yeah.
And HBO Now, I think. And I've gone to the stand-up comedy page, and I've just been going in alphabetical order, like down.
Why is that embarrassing? I thought you were gonna say that you were watching like, I don't know, I'm strapped in for whatever, like
no, but I've been going like
depraved stuff it is that you're
like
watching on
in
HBO.
Alphabetical order. So that means I watched all like 4 or 5 Bill Maher specials like back to back.
Well,
in like a day.
I'm not sure if I could do that, but
I mean he's intense.
He's a little much.
He's a little much. But I just love stand up. I just love that feeling of like someone getting up there and telling these stories, and they make you laugh and they make you think and feel things. And I mean, obviously some stand-ups like don't make you think that much, but there are some that just like touch you. In your heart.
I think those my favorite kind, where it's like you're laughing, and then like suddenly you find yourself like deeply moved by something real that was said, and that
did not happen in a Bill Maher show.
No,
but I did watch. What the fuck is her face?
What the fuck is her face?
No, she is on a show on Netflix. She's African American. Feminist. Her name is Amanda Seales.
Oh, okay.
And
no,
she's
I've not heard of her.
Insecure.
Okay.
You need to fucking watch this HBO Go special. And she is just, her stand-up is funny and like so socially conscious.
Okay.
And like empowering. Like I was like, I almost texted you and Hillary. I was like, you guys need to watch this.
All right. Well, I'll check it out. I'll skip the Bill Maher.
Amanda Seales. Yes.
I'll skip the Bill Maher and go
Skip the Bill Maher.
Straight to that.
Yes. Very good. So yeah.
Cool. So a couple things. One, I recently, like I knew about the show, but I don't remember what episode I mentioned this in, but I cut the cord on my cable a long time ago, and not in like a way where you like celebrate like when you're cutting the cord, an umbilical cord. Oh, okay. Although I did celebrate. It's not the same feeling.
Did you actually physically cut a cord?
Yeah, I did in honor, and then I got slightly electrocuted.
Okay.
I went to the hospital. I came back. No, we don't. We only use the internet TV for we only use internet TV. We don't have cable anymore. So I don't have the IFC channel. But Netflix recently, or maybe not recently, maybe I just noticed it, has started streaming episodes of Documentary Now. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah. I've seen every episode.
You've seen every episode?
Crazy?
Oh, my God. I just started watching it.
Isn't it fucking hilarious?
It's the fucking best thing I've ever seen.
I think my favorite is the Grey Gardens one.
That's the first episode. And the thing is, I've seen a lot. Like, I don't know how much you would enjoy some of these episodes if you hadn't seen these documentaries. Like, I think they're still funny, but I've seen all of these fucking documentaries because I've watched them, like, just because I love movies, but also a lot of them I had to watch in film school. So it's like the Nanook of the North, like, parody episode. I was just like, fucking yes. But yeah, the Grey Gardens episode. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I loved it so much.
It's just like
Bill Hader and Fred Armisen.
Bill Hader.
This.
Yeah. So Bill Hader, Fred Armisen, they have special guests as well.
Yeah.
And they basically in each episode they parody some famous
specific
documentary or style. Yeah. So they had the we're so excited. They did the Grey Gardens in the first episode, and like I didn't really know what to expect because I knew that it was a documentary, like parodies of documentaries, but I didn't realize they were that specific.
Yeah.
So the minute it started and I was watching the shots and I was like, I turned to Chris, who's never fucking seen Grey Gardens in his whole life, because I do make him watch these movies, but he's never seen it. And I'm like, is this fucking Grey Gardens right now? Like, and he's like, what the fuck is Grey Gardens? And I'm like, never mind. But what they do with it, so it's not enough. It's not like they just lazily parody it. Like the story takes a turn that is very unexpected in the best way possible. And then the second episode is like this parody on those like gonzo gotcha journalism. Like, we're going to go into the mean streets and like, do you remember this episode with the journalists that go into like uncover this drug pin in like a South American country, and like the journalists keep getting murdered because they're so stupid and don't like understand the situation or the culture that they're in. Oh my God. I just like, I'm fucking dying. It is the best shit. I love it so much.
Bill Hader and Fred Armisen. They can do no wrong.
They can do, Fred Armisen as a person, I think there's some weird things in his, you've read about like he has some fucked up relationships with women.
Oh,
have you read about that?
I know he
was like married to Elizabeth Moss, and there's some like weird fucked up shit there.
Elizabeth
and he's even
Moss.
I
didn't know. No.
Yeah, very briefly.
Okay.
Anyway, this is not. I'm not. I don't know if we want to get into this, but yeah, he's got some issues personally.
But what about
his comedy?
Portlandia.
I adore Portlandia.
Yes.
Yeah, but like I think we can acknowledge that even genius comedian people, artists, like can be kind of fucked up people in life. Anyway, he's got some problems, but fucking Documentary Now.
Yes.
Watch it. It's so great.
It's so hilarious.
If you love documentary film, or if you've even seen some documentary films.
Or even if you haven't. Like, I hadn't seen any of these. And I still found it hilarious because I could tell what they were doing. Even though I hadn't seen them.
Yeah. You've seen Grey Gardens, right?
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be digging into more of those.
Yes.
The second thing, so again, this was all while I was on vacation. I started watching this stuff because it was raining the whole time, and we were in Gainesville, Georgia. Why did I go to Gainesville, Georgia for a vacation? Because my husband was doing a triathlon. So we just like went up to Gainesville while he was doing the triathlon, and basically me and the kids just like stayed in the house and watched TV. And then we took them to a trampoline park. But
a trampoline park?
Yeah, you know what a trampoline park is, right? Okay, it's like a giant warehouse that everything is covered in trampolines, like floor to ceiling. Oh my God. And there's like pits with like foam in them.
Oh, when you said pits, I was like, oh my God.
The children in pits. No, it's like, it's like a place where you can take your monster children and just unleash them, which is exactly what we did.
You know what they need? They need a warehouse of treadmills.
That sounds like a goddamn nightmare. I don't want anything to do with that. They have it. It's called LA Fitness. We watched Documentary Now, and then we also started watching Good Omens.
Haven't
on
heard of that.
that's on Amazon Prime. So that is a Neil Gaiman, Terry Pratchett book that was made into a series.
I'm sorry, they
I think so. That's what it appears like in the credits.
Okay.
I thought it was just a Neil Gaiman book, but apparently no. But it's basically like the end of the world is coming. The Antichrist has been born, right?
Yes.
And you've got an angel and a demon, and they've known each other since the days of Adam and Eve.
Okay.
And they've been living on Earth amongst the humans. And at now the apocalypse is happening, both of them kind of enjoy living on Earth, and they don't want to see it come to an end. So they're both kind of forced to work together to try to prevent the apocalypse from happening. That's where I am in the story right now, but I'm only a couple episodes in, and we're getting very close to the apocalypse, so I'm really not sure where it's going to go after that happens. But
that sounds like could it be a season of supernatural? Have you ever seen
I haven't,
Supernatural?
But there's a lot of supernatural shit.
I love Supernatural. It's a CW show, but so it's kind of
which is I think what kept me away from it. But I know it's people have a very loyal following.
It does good stuff. It's just it's not like
Michael Sheen and oh my God, his name is escaping me, but he was on Doctor Who. He's like a huge, oh my God, I'm sorry.
Wait.
Can you look up Good Omens real quick? Because I can't forget this guy's name.
So you're saying that both the angel and the demon are men?
Yes. Great. But there are women characters in it.
They could have made one of them a woman.
Well, there's a woman who's like from a long line of witches. Who's like also trying to stop the apocalypse, and she's awesome.
Michael Sheen.
Yeah.
John Hamm.
Oh yeah, John Hamm is in it. He plays an angel.
Tennant.
David Tennant. Yeah, David Tennant is the one who plays the demon. But yeah, John Hamm. The other aspect of it that I really like is that heaven and hell are almost like corporate-ish, so they're always dealing with this like sort of red tape, and like. John Hamm plays like the angel Gabriel, who's like almost like this shitty corporate boss that kind of doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Oh my God, this is totally supernatural.
Really?
They had a season just like this.
Well,
interesting.
It's very.
I guess this
good.
is a good one.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I'm only a couple episodes in. The one thing I would say about it that is shocking to me is that the CGI is jaw-droppingly bad.
Oh,
like I can't tell you how, like, it's hard to describe in words just how bad the CGI is. There are like, there's the snake in the Garden of Eden. It looks like a render that maybe I would have done to demonstrate to somebody how a snake might look in After Effects before like passing it on to somebody who has like a real fucking animation, like real animation. It is horrendously bad. Like, I'm not even sure how one gets away with doing a show of this caliber
in 2019
with such horrible CGI. Like, it's
is it
so
like
baffling to me. It's like Sharknado level bad. Okay. Although in Sharknado, you're just like, oh, it's Sharknado. So like the shitty CGI is kind of the aesthetic. But no, in this show, I'm just like, what? Like time after time, there are like some shots where I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, how did this enter the show? I don't know. But the acting obviously is great. The writing is great, and I love it. And I'm trying to look past the bad CG. Okay, I'm trying to look past it. It's difficult, but there's a lot of other good things going on. So I'm just gonna like try to let it slide.
Cool.
But guys, please up your CG budget next year for my sake.
Is it like the first season of Smallville bad?
It's like. You remember when they redid the Star Wars prequels with like and like put Jabba in, and Jabba didn't belong there, and also the CG really doesn't hold up because it's from the 90s. It's like Jabba inserted into like I'm sorry, they didn't put it into the prequels. They redid the original trilogy, and in episode 4, A New Hope, they added Jabba. It's like Jabba level bad.
Oh wow!
Like it's like, is this from the 1990s? Did you guys use a program circa 1996 to render this fucking snake?
Wow! Why did they use a real snake? Anyway, yeah.
I mean, I think a rubber snake would have been better, frankly. with like a stick attached to it.
Oh my God.
But the show is good, so I'm looking past the bad CGI at the moment. I'm just putting my blinders on. I'm gonna look right past it. Shall we get into today's topic?
Yes, please.
So, of course, we are still talking about the premiere event of The Garage. That's how you pronounce it, right?
The Garage.
The Garage. We're talking about The Garage, which is a improvised web series that was created by the team over at Dad's Garage Theater Company, and many episodes streaming on their YouTube channel right now. So you can go to Dad's Garage TV and check it out. You know, we're not going to spoil anything, but I mean, it would be better if you like watch the episodes.
Yeah.
And then listen to this show.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but maybe I'm going to tell you what to do, and maybe you should watch them.
Yeah. Do it.
And then we're going to get into our discussion right about now.
Improv is chasing the ever-elusive moment. It's giving birth while dying. And each of you has a baby inside of you.
Oh, no.
And it is my job to deliver that baby and raise it with you.
Like a wet nurse. Or midwife.
Yeah,
Midwife?
or like a doula?
And is this making sense?
Yeah.
You guys got me? You with me?
Yeah.
And then it was time for the main event.
Web series.
The Garage.
How many
The Garage.
episodes were there? I lost track of how many episodes there were. Were there like 6 or 8 or
Oh, I don't
5?
think there were 8.
6.
I mean, what were you
5?
watching? You were
I
watching
know.
a different show than I was.
I don't know. No, I mean,
I want to say there was
5 or 6. 5 or 6? Yeah.
Something like
Probably.
that.
10. No, just kidding.
They were all back to back, so it was a little tough. There was like a blackout in between.
No end credits.
Have we mentioned that we're not real journalists?
No. I mean, yes, we've mentioned that, but we're not. We've mentioned that we're not.
If you've come here for facts, you've come to the wrong place.
Turn around, sir.
Turn around, sir. This is not the podcast that you're looking for. I can't honestly tell you how many episodes there were, but I can tell you that I enjoyed the show.
I enjoyed the shit out of it.
I enjoyed the shit out of this.
I will tell everyone to see it.
And you should. And we did link it, the first episode, on our social media and where we could. Obviously, you can't really provide links in Instagram, but if you go to our Twitter or our Facebook page, at Georgia Made Podcast, or at Georgia Made Pod on Twitter, you will find a link to the first episode. Or of course you can just go to any Dad's Garage social media and it's there in your face, right there in your face.
Yeah.
So who was a part of this thing? You got the names.
Yes, the names.
By the way, I want to say, in the spirit of collaboration, I feel like this is an example of the truly collaborative group spirit of improv and sketch, in that we had the hardest goddamn time figuring out who did what.
Oh my God.
Because everybody's
There are
tagging
no end
everyone.
credits.
There's no, like, or there wasn't any in the first episode, and we were like, who did what again? And like,
who was who
I don't
wrote
know
it,
I don't know who's in charge of the journalistic integrity on this podcast, but we didn't fucking write anything down.
We didn't.
And so we had a hard time figuring, like, I knew some of the people in the show, and I was like, well, I know that, but I'm like, go to this person's website or Facebook page. Surely they've got a post where they mention. Anyway, so we had the hardest time figuring out
guys
who
at Dad's
did
Garage,
what.
credit yourselves.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like the spirit of improv is that, like, we're all a family doing a thing, whereas I feel like most filmmakers are like, look at me, look what I did, you know.
I did this role.
So it was goddamn hard to figure out who did what, but I think we might have worked it out.
So we have Tom Rittenhouse.
Yes, who did like a lot of things.
He directed it, didn't he?
But I think he also edited it too, didn't he?
I'm
trying to remember back to the event, because they did say these things.
Yes.
And if this podcast had even an ounce of journalistic integrity, we would have written this shit down.
We would have done that.
But we did not. So I'm pretty sure that we know Tom directed it. I believe he edited it as well.
Yes. And if we're wrong, please come
Then
and get
it's too
and
late.
get us.
It's
come
too late.
and get us.
Come at me. No, don't at me.
No.
It's too late. The show's already up.
Yes. Okay. Kevin Jalise. not in it. No,
not in
yes,
it. No,
not
but
in
he
it.
did write. He did write That Was Awesome, which we didn't
That Was
mention.
Awesome, okay.
Yeah, he did write it.
Whitney Millsap was in this.
She was in this. Yes. Oh, so we should say that The Garage is a improvised web series.
Yes. So they had the gist of a story, like an arc, a story.
We assume.
We believe.
I'm sure
they would have had. They would have had to.
Well, here's what I want to say about this. Now, in my time as an editor and a person who watches films, I have seen and gone to festivals. I've seen improvised movies before. They don't always work out well. I feel like sometimes it's if you can tell that it's not scripted and it's very rambly and people go on for far too long. I did not feel like that was a problem
true in this.
It felt very tight.
Very tight. Sorry, no, I'm serious.
I just like the way you said that. There was. Are you boy crazy right now?
No, I mean not right. This okay, maybe a little bit.
It was tight. It was a tightly.
Are we 5?
What I'm saying is it didn't feel loose.
Oh my god.
It felt like it was the right length. I don't know.
Oh my God,
I don't know.
Nicole.
I don't know. What I'm saying is that it was. It had a good like there was this actual story. Streamlined. Thank you. That's a more mature way to say what I've been trying to say. It wasn't like it. I feel like you could watch it and not really know that it was improvised.
So
I feel like you would feel like it was scripted. Is what I'm saying.
This is what it felt like to me. It felt like they had the like. This is like.
Like the main topic.
This is the main plot.
I wonder if they got together and decided this together.
This is the scene. Now go. These 2 actors are in this scene. This is the end goal.
I'm not sure.
Go.
I don't know how they did it, but it seems like there had to have been some kind of roadmap. But it definitely like it has a story arc. The characters have their own through lines, and the comedy felt snappy and not at any point where you like, oh, they just let this. It didn't. It never felt like that to me.
Yeah, I mean, because we knew it was improvised. I wonder how we would have felt about it if we had not known that it was improvised. If we had thought it had been scripted, would we have thought it felt scripted?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to go back
because
in
it was
time
very
and ask.
snappy and very funny. Like the jokes were like on point. Like they were just like boom, boom, boom. Like jokes that would happen in like a sitcom. Yeah.
Joke. Yeah.
Can I finish this? The cast?
God, yes, please.
Yes. Whitney Millsap, great.
Yes, she was in it. Yep.
Hannah Asleson.
Let's just mispronounce everyone's names equally so that no one feels left out.
Yes. I don't know how to pronounce it, but she was great. She was the new kid in town.
Right. So the basic plot is that, and in some ways it reminded me a bit of Barry, which we had been watching because there's an acting teacher writing a book. Oh, and there were, okay, we'll get to the quotes in a second. So you've got an acting teacher with students in an improv class. It's a fictionalized version of Dad's Garage, the theater, right? And everyone's having their own interpersonal dramas, and Hannah kind of played the new kid in town who just kind of joined.
Yeah.
And I've seen Hannah, she does a lot of improv. She works with a lot of different groups, and she was in, I don't know if they're still doing it, but she was doing a improv group called The Coworkers with Jason. And they were doing videos too. Anyway, they're very funny. They got look up Coworkers on YouTube. They're very funny.
Okay, we have Kirsten King.
Right. So, yep. So Kirsten King was in.
Kirsten?
Is it Kirsten?
Kirsten.
Fuck. Let's just mispronounce everyone's names. Then they'll just think we can't read.
Ruben Medina.
Mm-hmm. Who was also in the group, the You're Welcome Hollywood podcast.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Triandaflu.
We can't pronounce his name. Triandaflu.
Okay, that's definitely
He played
wrong.
the acting teacher.
Yes, he was.
And he's been at Dad's for a long
fabulous.
time. I should know his goddamn name. And I do know his name by sight, but I've never said it with my mouth before. So I don't know how to pronounce it.
I've never said it with my mouth before.
But he was hilarious.
Yes, he was fabulous.
He had a lot of scenes. He was like the egotistical acting teacher type character who was writing a book about improv, right? Now, periodically quotes would appear.
Yes.
And I couldn't for the life of me. I was like, I mean, they were real. They seemed like real quotes. I started to wonder if they were actually quotes from Del Close's book. There's which I've read, and because I have no journalistic integrity, I can't remember what it's called. But it's the book on improv.
Okay. Everyone laughed
like
after a quote popped up, and I was like, "These are not fun." I'm like,
did that come from Del Close's book? Like, I feel like I don't know. If you out
That's
there,
Raj, tell us
where those quotes came from. Because in my head, I was like, I feel like maybe those actually legit came. He just ripped them out of some other book.
Perry Frost,
who is sort of the antagonist. We're not going to like spoil anything because the show's not finished being. Yeah. It's finished because we've seen the whole thing.
But it's not finished being. It's put up.
Right. So we're not going to spoil anything. But Perry sort of plays like she's a bit of a pot stirrer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Freddie Boyd.
Oh, so good.
I think he's so good. He's so cute.
So good. And very cute. Yes.
Very cute.
But so good. He's like the tech guy who's like does all the tech for shows. He wants to act too. He wants to step out from behind the equipment and be given his shot.
Joshua Quinn, who's also very cute and very talented.
He reminds me, you know what who reminds me of? You know that the actor who plays Lafayette in Hamilton?
Yes!
Oh my God. Every time I see him.
Oh my gosh, you're right. He does remind me of that. Yeah.
He was great. He was like sort of like, I guess like sort of like a love interest, maybe?
Yeah.
Up the show? Yeah.
My love interest? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, guys, seriously.
Okay, guys, boy crazy. This show is tight. Okay, so, all right, so what to say?
I loved it.
You loved it.
I loved it. Like, I turned to Nicole afterwards and I was like, I fucking love the shit out of that. Like, I was just like, that was so great. It makes me want to make
another web series. Yes. Like, so bad.
Yeah, I think that we would fail on the improv part.
Well, yeah, we're not improvisers, so there's that.
But yeah, no,
we're lazy and we have to like write everything out.
it was very inspiring to see these artists like around your age, in between your age and my age, making
just sandwiched in between our ages.
Age group.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so okay. One thing I was thinking while I was watching this, as a video editor, was that like I think comedy is so much about the reactions. Like I think comedy leans so hard on reaction shots, and I think that was one of the things that really made this work.
Yes,
was because I'm sure they had a lot of stuff, and I don't know if they were running more than one camera at once or like how they were doing that. I did back in film school. I worked as an assistant editor. Like I was like logging footage and organizing stuff on set on a improvised film that had like 4 improvisers in it, and so they had several cameras going at the same time. So it was like a multicam situation. But I think that one of the things that really made this work was that you can cut to the reactions of other characters to sort of shape, to get you moving from scene to scene. And the reactions, I think, are what really sells the comedy to me.
Such great reactions.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The best reactions.
Yes.
The most
tight.
The tightest reactions. So there was that. Oh, God, we have to talk about Smitty.
Oh, my God.
We have to talk about Smitty.
We theorize.
Okay, so Smitty
is... Are we allowed to...
Well, yeah. We don't know who played Smitty. So Smitty is a mysterious character who is like a janitor who is seen only in darkness.
Yes. He's wearing a sweatsuit. Like
a hooded sweatshirt.
The hood
and
is
always
up
faced away.
Yeah, you can't tell who it is.
Very mysterious, not credited. We don't have verification of this, but we believe that it was... We believe... It feels like it was Mark Kendall playing We know
Mark
it was
Kendall,
you.
tell us, Mark.
We know it was you. I
like,
really loved. I loved Smitty
it.
so
and
much.
how we're not going to tell you how it ended,
No.
but like it almost made me cry.
Yes,
like to be honest
I was
with you,
so surprised. Like I was suddenly feeling so emotional. Smitty. I mean, what can be said
face
about
right now
Smitty?
is undescribable.
Mystery.
Yeah.
Almost like a commedia dell'arte character.
Yeah.
Tragedy.
Yeah.
So much going on.
Loved it.
Okay. Anything else you got about?
I respect the shit out of those actors and the creators, the director, the crew. Like,
I've got some
everything
things.
was.
We
okay,
have to
go ahead,
talk
go
about
ahead.
the Meisner scene.
Yeah.
Because we both have trained in Meisner.
Oh my God.
I'm in a Meisner class right now.
That actually kind of like brought me back because I was like, oh no, that's not like, you're not supposed to comment on the past.
Yes, that they weren't quite doing
in my head I was going
exercise correctly, but the spirit of making fun of Meisner was dead on.
Yes.
Like the absolute and utter nonsense. Like it is honestly ridiculous if you just were to walk in and watch people practicing Meisner.
But it's such a great technique.
Oh yeah, 100. Well, I've gone back to.
Yeah.
I'm now in a Meisner class again, so I think for me it's a great way to like get rid of all my brain thinking, which just gets in the way of acting. So it's I don't remember what episodes it is in. Maybe it's like the third episode or so, but it's like a class, and he's got them doing Meisner exercises, and they use it as a way to like reveal information about what is going on with some of the characters.
Yeah. Some character has to do it in the mirror.
That is my favorite. Shit you not, my Meisner teacher told me in class just this week that we should go home and practice Meisner in the mirror. And I was immediately thinking about the scene. So like I'm not going to give too much away, but it's like this character doing Meisner repetitions, which if you don't know what Meisner is, basically it's you're just repeating what the other person says, and you don't stop repeating what the other person says to you until something emotionally happens that dramatically changes how you feel and you need to comment on it. But it's designed for you to not think about the words you're supposed to be focused on what you're getting from the other actor. But so this character is doing the repetitions in a mirror to herself, and it just like
it's so good
devolves.
Yeah.
But the sheer absurdity of what is really at the heart of watching someone do the repetition exercise,
and then there are
laugh so
pairs
hard.
around the room, and like the pair who like made out, or had sex, or I don't know what they did, but they're having reps.
They were coupled in some way.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, no, loved the Meisner scene. That was hilarious. Anything else to say? We're not going to give away the ending. You're gonna have to go watch it.
Watch
it
now and forever.
Now and forever. Oh, wait, one last thing. I swear to God, I'll be done in a second. But I just really enjoyed the part where was it Hannah who was arguing with Dan in the office about was it Hannah? I think it was. And they were arguing and they were like yelling at each other and he was like doing this Game of Thrones metaphor. And she's like, I haven't seen Game of Thrones. And he's like, I haven't either. I was like, sorry. Okay. I guess you had to be there. Anyway, final thoughts.
I loved it. I feel inspired. I have crushes on all the guys in it.
You're boy crazy.
And the girls. I mean, I just have,
there's no
100%.
limit. There's no limit to your amour.
I just love all of them. And I want to be friends with them. And I don't know if that is possible, but if you're listening, I respect you and you're awesome.
I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget. It's in my notes. I was having a tough week when I came, and it was like on a Monday. So you know it's a bad week when it's Monday and you're having a tough week already. I was having a tough week when I came to the premiere. And I just like, I call them seasons of doubt. My seasons of doubt. Yeah, okay. Nobody needs to hear the rest of that. Where I just like doubt like why I'm doing any of this, where I'm just like, does anybody care about what I'm doing or why I'm doing it? Or like, you're just setting money on fire, making stuff. And you're like, is like even your mom's, not your mom, but like the metaphorical mom that we all share, even they're like tired of you. Like, I've already watched your videos a bunch of times. And like, is this another crowdfunding campaign for this movie that you're not going to make any money off? And I just like, I get doubts, get doubts. And I came in there feeling a little down. And then I just like, this beautiful community of people supporting each other and like laughing and like going in and seeing people make something and just like really like it made me like, I think comedy is such a powerful healer. Yeah. And that's what I love about it.
Yeah. It was definitely healing.
Yeah. I felt very healed after I left. I felt like, yes, like this feeling that I'm feeling right now. Yeah. This is why I continue to do this.
It's like lip balm. You just need to put on some
or your
Dad's
lips
Garage
get dry and
lip balm,
crusty.
You need that improv balm. I'm sorry, I don't know where that comes.
You're welcome, Dad's Garage.
Thank you for moisturizing.
Thank you for always keeping my lips moist. Thank you for moisturizing our hearts. Oh boy. So that so I think we're gonna leave it at that. And that's gonna Sarah's shaking her head. No, we're not cutting that out. That's done.
Okay.
I think that's gonna wrap it up for our discussion on the garage, which you can find on YouTube. At the Dad's Garage. Dad's Garage TV is the YouTube channel. Oh, you're right. Is that it?
DGTV.
DGTV. Sorry. As I feel, I may not have mentioned this already, but I am not a journalist. And I have no journalistic integrity.
And I did a terrible job.
So please check out Dad's Garage TV, where you can find this and many other things. They actually have a ton of videos there. There's lots of other short films that they've made, web series like Heart of America was another big one that they did. And my favorite, The Rusty Trombone, which is a music video that I am not going to explain. If you don't know what a rusty trombone is, I'm not going to tell you, but many of you maybe do, but Google it maybe. And then don't message me about it after you do.
Please don't. And I don't even know what it is. So
it's one of my all-time favorite videos by Dad's Garage. Nice. Every time I watch it, it makes me laugh. Not that I watch it a bunch. That's creepy. Anyway, I believe they also have a channel on the Thea app, which we also have a channel on the Thea app. Thea is an Atlanta-based streaming service that has Atlanta artists on it. They have a channel, so I would not be surprised if you could also find the Garage there. Yeah. But I didn't check because I have no journalistic integrity.
No. What's next for the Garage? Isn't there a season 2 that they're gonna make?
Maybe. I don't know. Did they say that?
I think they did at the end.
Okay,
they said
let's
gonna make more.
Let's hope there's more.
Because the way it ended, it was like an open-ended thing. Like it wasn't like
it was very open-ended.
Yeah.
I know for sure that they're currently in the process of rehearsing for The Wrath of Khan, C-O-N.
Yes.
Which is a scripted show that is a revival, I believe. I think that show existed as something else before, and it's now being revived as a scripted show on their main stage, which is like a thing about conventions, geek culture conventions, which they do a lot of shows about geek culture, and as a geek, I appreciate it. So Wrath of Khan, C-O-N, look out for that coming soon. They're rehearsing it right now. And
go to their rehearsals.
Hang on one second. Go to their rehearsals. Just show up. Don't tell them we sent you. So, when not going, if you don't feel like you have time to go by the rehearsal, you could just wait until the show comes out. I'm serious. Don't go to the rehearsal.
Please don't.
100%.
We're
100% kidding.
joking.
But you can go to the show.
Yes.
dadsgarage.com. There'll be more information, tickets, all that stuff. They have improv shows going every weekend. They have stuff in the middle of the week.
And they have guests like Tim Meadows and people from the Boys in the Hall, and
You mean the Kids in the Hall?
the Kids in the Hall. I'm sorry, the kids. They're all boys, but
I think I had an
Kids in the Hall.
aneurysm when you just said that. I think I had a tiny aneurysm.
I'm so sorry.
The Kids in the Hall. Yes. Tim Meadows, Colin Mockery's been there.
Yeah.
I think Henry Zabrowski was there recently, for those of you who like the last podcast on the left or Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. Anyway, they have a lot of special guests, but besides the special guests, they have an incredible team of improvisers in their company that are doing improv shows like every weekend. They're doing student shows all week long, all kinds of stuff. So
They're
go
all
check out
stars.
Dad's Garage. Daz.
DADSGARAGE.
dadsgarage.com.
No apostrophe.
That would be ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
When has there ever been an apostrophe?
I'm just saying, in
URL?
case your grandma wants to spell it
She's
correctly.
like, I wrote it with an apostrophe and it didn't give me any. It sent me to this pornographic website.
Oh my God.
In a garage. Okay. Speaking of websites and whatnot, you can find us, this podcast, the George Made Podcast, on social media. You can send us your angry messages about how we mispronounced everyone's names.
Yes, please.
Or not. Maybe.
Or you can send us
some
messages saying, like,
positive
I'd like to
thoughts.
be friends with you guys.
Yeah, we're looking for friends, clearly.
Yeah, we need friends.
We are desperate for friends. So you can find this podcast, the Georgia Made Podcast, on Apple Podcasts, RIP iTunes. You can find it on Stitcher, on Spotify, on TuneIn, on Podbean, and all of those places. You can find us on social media at Georgia Made Podcast on Instagram and Facebook, and on Twitter at Georgia Made Pod. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Are your lips dry?
A little bit.
Do you need a balm for your heart?
I do.
Well, I just happen to have some right here.
Oh, okay.
No, it's getting crazy.
Yeah,
it's getting a little weird.